from me lately.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the official Limitless Vertical Challenge live stream show. We are here with not only our race director, welcome to the official, talking to myself now. Yeah, we're here with our race director, Julie Niche, and also a few of our participants today. We're going to be going over what went down at the Limitless Vertical Challenge. We're going to find out how many feet that she climbed, what level she hit, and what level I hit. Not to spoil anything, but it wasn't great. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to bring in Julie now. How is it going?
Hi, Jamil. First off, I just wanted to start off with a big thank you and a congratulations to all of our participants. I just have to say I was blown away with how many people reached level 6 and also how many people I saw that had set a goal and had surpassed that goal and reached the next level or even 2 levels higher than what they thought that they were going to achieve. So it was really incredible to see that, really inspiring to see all the stories from people coming in from social media, from our Strava club, and even via email to me as well.
Awesome. Well, we have a few people in the chat room so far. So if you guys are tuning in, feel free to chime in. We'll be monitoring that, answering questions you guys have towards the end of the show. Where did we want to start today, Julie? Do you have kind of an agenda that we're going to go over?
Yeah, definitely. So we might have to kind of play with this a little bit. If I'm able to share my screen, we do have just a little presentation here.
Yep, I'm going to give you the hosting capabilities. You should be able to share it now.
Okay.
You see it down at the bottom there?
Yep, sure do. How does that look?
That looks great.
All right, very good. So we'll just kick right in here to our awards. We haven't announced any of these awards yet. There's a couple people that are going to jump in and talk to us at certain points. But for everybody else, this is a big surprise. So here we go. So we mentioned that we were going to do awards for the fastest participant to each level, and that there was going to be a male and a female, and then also both an indoor and an outdoor category. And then there is also going to be an award for the steepest climb for each level, which was determined by the least number of miles to reach that level. So for our level 1 category, this was for the Empire State Building. Our female winner was Kuana Dyer Pietras. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. She completed in 2 hours and 19 minutes, 13 seconds, 1,311 feet. So she surpassed our level 1 challenge and did that in 13.11 miles. And then for our male winner was Tim Grant in 1 hour and 40 minutes. So both of them just did this in one big push, 5 miles, and that was for 1,663 feet. And then our steepest level 1 was Alexa Deming, and she did 3.73 miles, 2,301 foot of vert. And I can't see, are you guys able to see the far side, or does it have the gallery?
We can see it.
What's the incline on that?
Oh, the incline for Alexa? 12% grade.
12% grade.
Yep.
So great job to our level 1 participants. All right, and then we also had our daily social challenges. And so this was each day a different topic and a hashtag that went along with that. So you had to post on social media with the hashtag for the day and also tag Runs Deep Get High. So this was super hard for me and for our social media lady to decide, because there were some really, really great photos on some of these. But for Mountain Monday, that was our best mountain photo, and that was Bonnie. They're running along, I don't know where she was at, but a really beautiful photo there. And then on Tuesday was To the Top Tuesday. So this was best summit photo, and that was Jen Smith. And so we actually have Jen here to talk with us today. She's coming to us from Alaska. So I just wanted her to tell us a little bit about her experience during the Limitless Challenge and a little bit about what it was like doing those miles out in Alaska and how she got those beautiful photos. So let's see here. Technology is not my forte, so let's pause share and see if we can unmute here. All right. Hi, Jen.
Hi there.
Let's see. You're still not seeing the full screen, or you are, Jamil?
I think if she just talks, it should work.
Okay.
There we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jen. So tell me a little bit about what did your daily routine look like with this? Was every mountain that you climbed this huge, gorgeous peak that you have in your summit photo? What's it like? I've never been to Alaska.
Government Peak is a pretty challenging peak. There's a lot of gorgeous peaks up here, and they actually have a race. It's an uphill only mountain race that goes up Government Peak, and it was supposed to be that weekend. However, with the whole COVID-19 thing, a lot of our races have been canceled, so they went to a virtual option. So my girlfriends and I decided to hike it because they also joined me for the Limitless Vertical Challenge. So, it was a great outing. We hit actually 4 different types of weather climates climbing up that. We got stuck in the snowstorm at the very top, and we were going from post to post trying to figure out how to get to the summit. And it was an incredible experience.
It's so beautiful. So what level did you aim for in this?
I went with I think it was level 4, the one in California.
Okay. So how many different peaks did you climb in the
Let's
process
see.
of your challenge?
I think I climbed a peak almost every day. I skipped Saturday because I just didn't feel like climbing that day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we climbed. There's another one photo that you guys reposted of me taking a bite out of my medal up in Bird Ridge. That one is also another gorgeous one. That one overlooks Turnagain Arm. It has gorgeous views. You can see whales out there. The other day, people were surfing the boar tides, which is when the tide comes in so hard and so fast that you can actually surf it.
Wow. How cold is the water?
You gotta wear a wetsuit. It's pretty damn cold.
Yeah. And what's the elevation gain on some of these peaks?
So most of these peaks are around 3,000, if not higher. I also compete in another mountain race. It's called Mount Marathon. It's held every 4th of July. It's a 5K, and you climb 3,000 feet in 5K and back down. So it's down in Seward. It's not being held this year, but that one's also another really popular one.
Very nice. And what's the weather like right now in the summer? There's a lot of snow still.
There's so much sunshine. Sun comes up at 5 and goes down at like almost midnight right now here in Anchorage. It started raining yesterday, so we actually got a little bit of break from the sun, but it's about to come back out here in the next day or two. And then, solstice is coming up. Parts of Alaska are already at 24 hours of daylight. Luckily here we only have it's almost about 19 hours of daylight in Anchorage.
So you have a lot of time to complete your challenge.
Oh man, it's like, you just keep going. There's so much daylight to play in, and the mountains are so gorgeous, and there's water where you can filter your water so you don't have to worry about, being without. There's mountain goats that will keep you company. There's also bears, so you got to watch out for them.
Do you feel like 19 hours of sunshine gives you an unfair advantage in this competition?
I don't know if it's an unfair advantage. However, you know what? We were waking up early and we could go out, and then we were staying out late. I remember there was one that peak that I climbed. It was called the Dome. It was an easy after work climb. And there was people who were doing the 12-mile round trip, and they were out on the peaks until, 11 o'clock at night. So it's just so much fun. You don't even know what time it is by the time you get back to your car.
Sure. Jamil, did you have any other questions?
Yeah, I'm just not really. I'm just jealous of all that sunshine and just high peaks. Sounds awesome.
You guys just need to come up here and just experience it yourself. It's absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, I think I'm long overdue for an Alaskan trip. Like everyone I talk to that goes up there, or that lives up there that I know is just like, you don't know what you're missing. Like Matt, I was just talking to Max Romy, and he's like got his something crazy planned this year. So definitely need to check it out.
Yeah, his watercolors are incredible.
Helps to have a really photogenic background though too. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jen, both for the competition, but also to tell us a little bit about your experience.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting it on. It was definitely a very worthwhile, and I would do it again.
Well, we hope to have it next year too, so we'll hold you to that. And we're going to look you up when we come to Alaska.
There you go. I'll be here.
Awesome. Thanks again. Take care. All right. So let's see if I can pop back over here.
You just need to reshare your screen, I think. There you go.
All right. So next up, we have a couple more of our daily challenges. The next one was Wednesday gains, which was the most vertical gain. So we had a runner-up for this, which was Melissa Savage. And then because we posted before the end of the day, because Kyle came in at the very last minute, about 30 minutes before midnight, with 22,000 foot of vert. So we had to make a winner and a runner-up for our Wednesday gains. So congratulations to Melissa and to Kyle. Excellent effort. And then our Thursday daily challenge was Tread on Thursday, the best treadmill photo. And this went to Anne Lang. Did you get to see this video, Jamil?
No, I haven't seen it. Do you have it for us?
I do have it for us. We'll see if we can get the sound to work for it, because the sound really makes it.
Kirby, the curbside treadmill, proprietary technology
Can you hear it?
manufactured in 19.
Yeah, I don't see the video though.
And found on the curb.
Oh no. How can I do the video?
So probably under your screen share.
And then redo it with the different.
Yeah, redo it. Yep.
Cool. Here we go. All right, let's start it over then.
Yep.
You can hear the sound though.
Kirby,
Yeah.
the curbside treadmill, proprietary technology manufactured in 1989 and found on the curb in 2016. Custom modular data console complete with digital speed adjustment. State-of-the-art ventilation featuring optimized angle suspension, industry-leading garbagely sourced elevation components, a top-of-its-class sound dampening system, and Kirby, for the serious athlete.
Oh my God. That was incredible. I have not seen that yet, and I'm glad that I didn't until now. That was amazing. That's so good.
I know. I love
That's
it.
everything right there.
I know. That's some creativity. There's a lot of
throw all the awards that way, right?
There was a lot of effort that went into that. So speaking of awards, would you like to show what our awards look like this year?
Yeah, let's do that. So we have two different types. So we didn't do kind of straight up podium awards for this challenge, but we did do some competitive awards and then also the daily challenge awards. So here is the one for the fastest male indoor category, double vision, 58,000 feet. Hopefully you can see that. It's looking
like a
cool.
shadow box.
Yeah, super cool.
And those mountains actually that are inside of it, the 3 different layers, are the 3 mountains from the top 3 levels. So that's the double Everest. And then inside of that is Whitney would be the inside one. And then the single Everest in front. So those are the same images from the buckles.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then for this one is for Mountain Monday, best mountain photo. So we did a little different style for this one. Oops.
Yeah, the acrylic is a little hard to see in the photo, but you can see it really well in person.
Well, and also because I have this green screen, and then it's like wherever it's green, it's making it so you can't see it.
Yeah, it's trying to hide
That's
it.
awesome. Anyways, there you go.
Yeah,
Those are your awards.
this turned out great.
There's not just 2 that everyone shares. There are more that will be sent out to everyone who won those awards. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, we like to do that. You know, it's a virtual race, but real awards, which I think is fun.
Definitely more fun than virtual. Although the virtual badges were really cool and a lot of people shared those.
Yeah, for sure. That was awesome.
Yeah. All right, so let's pop over here to our next winners. I think I'm getting better at this. Maybe. All right, so next was I have to actually take it out like this because otherwise I can't read all of the, can you still see it?
Yeah.
Great. All right, so next was our level 2. So the fastest to level 2 for the indoor category for the women went to Debbie Wertman. She did that in 2 hours and 16 minutes for 2,858 feet. And then our male winner for the indoor category was Alex Garcia. He did it in 2 hours and 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And he went way above 5,179 feet for him. And then for the level 2, we didn't have a male winner for our level 2 outdoor category, but the female was Michelle Wolcott Lovell. Great job, Michelle, in 3 hours, 4 minutes and 56 seconds. And she did 3,571 foot of vert. And then our steepest climb for level 2 was also Debbie Wertman. So our same winner for the level 2 indoor. She had a 10% grade for that. And then our level 3, are you going to be surprised here, Jamil, or did you see it coming?
Nice. My mom won. That's sweet.
And your dad.
Where? Oh, he got the steepest climb. Nice.
You're a couple.
Legit. That is amazing. I'm proud.
So Patty was our indoor female winner. She did it in 4 days, but she did 6,751 foot of vert. And then her husband, Peter, Jamil's dad, was our steepest climb for level 3 at a 20% grade. I think they did the majority of it in a parking garage, didn't they?
I think it was a building in downtown Phoenix. I don't know if it was the parking garage part or if it was actually a hotel, but I think they used, I think so. Yeah, they actually, my mom was saying they went up the staircase and then they took the elevator down.
Oh, okay.
So they were just getting the pure gain. Yeah.
Smart.
It's kind of like what people will do with ski lifts. They'll like climb and then they'll take the ski lift down and then climb again.
I think most people do it the other way. I think most people take the ski lift up and ski down.
Yeah. But not for vertical events.
No. So I was in Portland, Oregon on Saturday and Sunday of my challenge. And of course, it's Pacific Northwest, so it was raining. And I was still trying to get all of my vert there outside, but because it was like midnight when I was trying to get it and it was pouring down rain, I ended up using the stairs in the hotel lobby, which was the worst experience. I only did 1,000 foot of vert, but it was only a three level stair flight. And so it was really miserable. So all these people that did it on pure stairs, I have so much respect.
Yeah, that was the cool thing to see is all of the diversity. People just like anywhere from doing box jump steps to just the staircase in their house to buildings, treadmills. And if people didn't have like an incline treadmill, as you just saw with Kirby, they're just literally like screwing pieces of wood together and bolting them on. It just kind of shows like where there's a will, there's a way, which is I think a perfect just example of runners and kind of crazy trail runner, ultra runner types.
Yeah, it was really fun to see so many different unique ways. that people were getting their vert. All right, we'll pop back over here then to our winners for level 3. So we already said Patty Corey was our level 3 indoor woman, and our male winner was Keith Wertman in 1 day, 1 hour, 24 minutes. And then for our level 3 outdoor, we had Sarah Wicklin for the female winner in 1 day, 3 hours and 39 minutes. And then our male winner for the level 3 outdoor category was Lance Harp in 1 day, 3 hours and 1 minute. And he did 100.5 miles. Yes, you saw that right. He also blew past the level 3 challenge at 11,008 feet. And we actually have Lance here to chat with us because not only did he do 100 miles, but this was his first 100 miler. And he also used this as an opportunity to raise money for the local food bank. Hi there, Lance.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
Really good. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's great to be here.
So your first 100 miler, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I've been training for quite a while for my first 100 miler. I was really looking forward to racing it this year. I promised my wife I'd do it on my local race here, which is the Badger Mountain Challenge, the 100. And, like many races this year, unfortunately got canceled due to the pandemic. And so I set my sights on a backup plan, which was the Black Hills 100, and it kind of ended up going the same way. So after kind of battling with like the initial depression and just ultimately being kind of bummed out with the way things were turning out, I decided, I'm trained up, I'm ready to do this. I don't know if there's going to be another chance this summer. I want to be able to run 100 miles. And you know what? I was kind of maybe not in the best state of mind, but I decided I'm going to just do it around the neighborhood. And my neighborhood's not flat. It would have ended up being 147 laps on a 0.68 mile course. And like I said, it's not flat. It has about 80 feet of gain that you get all at once. So as I was kind of planning this out, I wasn't really looking forward to doing it. And I knew that I need something to kind of keep myself accountable. And I decided to do it for charity. So our local food bank here in town, they've been doing a lot for the community lately. They've been donating, there's about 2 or 3 events every week where they're donating 300 to 700 boxes of food to those in need. And because they've been doing so much, right, it's basically their Super Bowl every day is what they were telling me when we were there just last week.
Wow.
I decided to try to raise money for them. So we set an initial goal of $750. And at the end of the event, we ended up raising $3,650 and collected almost 500 pounds of food. And it came out to 20,275 meals provided to the local community. So that was just really great.
That's amazing. I love that you ultra running with a lot of outdoor events can be a little bit of a selfish endeavor. You get a crew together and their one focus is just to help you get through the race. And in terms of your training for it, it takes a lot of time and dedication. So it really can be kind of a selfish endeavor to go for your first 100 miler. And I love that you took that and flipped it around and did it for a good cause.
Yeah, it was actually, you did kind of feel filled up almost every time you did another lap and you come around to the food collection box and it's getting piled higher and higher. So that definitely helped. My wife would let me know that the donations as they came in, right? And we'd take a break, right? Thank people on social media for it, and then just head back out for another lap. And but there was still tons of support from family, friends, a lot of the guys I trained with. They came out, they ran multiple laps because it did get kind of monotonous running circles.
Sure.
So to have my buddies there running with me. A couple of them were also participating in the Limitless Challenge, so I know they logged some vert from it. And it was just, it was great to have them there. They really got me through the night and helped me finish. So I really appreciated all the help I got.
So did you see a lot of people come out from your local community as well?
Yeah, so actually I think we calculated up about 37 different people that did laps with me. So, I mean, those people range from, apart from the 5 people that I normally run with, I had about 6 different neighbors and then a whole bunch of family friends that have very little experience running. Definitely never ever spectated an ultra before or an ultra attempt or what running 100 miles can do. So really it was a first time for them, first time for me. You know, the race director for the Badger Mountain Challenge came down and did a few laps with me. So that was about the only like actual words of wisdom I had. And, you know, as you can imagine, he's a little bit of a masochist himself being a racer. So,
Sure.
but other than that, it was just a whole lot of inexperienced people trying to help get through my first 100. So it was pretty awesome.
I think
And-
that it always feels
sorry.
like that, your first 100, I think. No matter how much you train. Jamil, do you remember your first 100?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't forget that.
Was-
I mean, my first time I ran 100 miles was in a 24-hour race across the years. But like, I think I kind of consider my first 100 to be Angeles Crest, and it was yeah. I just needed that hard rock qualifier, you know. But yeah, Lance, that's super impressive to like go after your first 100, you know, kind of solo on your own in your neighborhood. Just huge props to you. What was for you maybe the hardest part, or is there like a mileage where you hit this wall where you thought maybe I can't do this?
Yeah, so I'd say that the hardest thing was also the thing I didn't account for. So I raced Bandera 100K back in January. That was my first 100K, and I finished that race up feeling great, right? Like I could have definitely kept going. That I only stopped because the race was over, and that gave me a lot of confidence going into the Badger Mountain Challenge. And then when everything kind of changed, I decided to change the course. It was all on pavement. There was no dirt at all. And you know, I got in the mile 30 range, right? And one of my pacers there who had quite a bit of experience doing like race across Tennessee was saying that, you know, running on pavement, it's going to kind of beat you up a little bit, you know. And I was feeling pretty good in the 30s, and you know, when I hit mile 42 is when I realized that I felt so much worse than I did after Bandera. And you know, I still had about 60 miles left. So I was getting a little bit nervous that running on the pavement was going to be a factor. And, you know, the other thing that came in, but I did plan for it was 97 degrees that day. It's been the hottest day we've had all year. So, you know, leading up to that, you know, normally here in Eastern Washington, it gets pretty warm during our summer times, but it's been pretty temperate so far this year. And unfortunately, it's been really temperate since my run. But it did get up to 97 degrees. So lots of ice, lots of popsicles, lots of hoses. You know, the neighbors were nice enough to pressurize hoses on the yard, and that helped kind of keep the heat down. But between the heat and the pavement, those were some of the biggest challenges.
It sounds like you're ready for Javelina then.
Oh, I'm excited.
Running 97
There's a few
degrees.
people in town that have done Javelina, and they say, hey, you got to go check this out. And I enjoy running in the heat, so it's something I look forward to doing.
That was actually my first 100 miler was Javelina
Oh, very nice.
What year was that, Julie?
2 years ago.
Nice.
Yep. It was a good first 100.
That's awesome.
Yep. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us about your experience. Congratulations on your first 100 miler and also how much you raised for the food bank. It's really impressive.
Oh, well, thank you, Julie. I appreciate it.
We'll be looking for you at Javelina then.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lance.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Shall we pop back in over here to our winners? All right. So next up is some more of our daily challenge winners. So on Friday, we had Fast Friday. This was the fastest to 2,500 feet. So we did both an indoor and an outdoor category for this. So our outdoor category was John Ray, who finished in 43 minutes. He was in Colorado. And then we had Lisa Moore, who was our Fast Friday indoor category winner. And she did 2,500 feet of vert in 25 minutes. Impressive. But we're going to see Lisa again later on. So moving on to level 4, the indoor category, our female winner was Lisa Taylor in 3 days, 12 minutes and 37 seconds. And our male winner was Jacob Stevens in 4 hours and 48 minutes. Super fast on that one. For our outdoor category, we had Janeth Badaraco, I think is how you say her name, was our female winner in 1 day, 17 hours and 55 minutes. And Scott Berry was our male winner in 15 hours, 58 minutes. For the steepest climb, we had Marilyn Olson, who did 16.7 miles at a 19% grade. All right, and then for level 5, our female indoor level 5 winner was Jenny Nakamura. So another power couple there. She did the Everest level, 29,000 feet in 1 day, 9 hours and 36 minutes. She also had to share her treadmill with her husband. Great job, Jenny. And then our male winner was Zane Eisenhart, who did it in 2 days, 14 hours and 22 minutes. For the outdoor category, this I think is where it started to get really challenging for people that were trying to go for the upper two levels in the outdoor category. Our female winner was Katharina Lahn in 1 day, 22 hours and 16 minutes. And our male winner, Benjamin Bruno, did this in one huge push. He did an Everest climb in 20 hours, 22 minutes and 46 seconds. He was in Vermont, actually. I saw a bunch of photos that he had posted on social media. So that's impressive.
Could you imagine like about 100K distance with 30,000 feet of climb? That would be so brutal.
It would be brutal. Absolutely. The up and the down.
Yeah, like a sub 24 on that's quite impressive.
Agreed. And then our steepest climb for level 5 was Ian Robertson, and he did 16.8 miles, 37% grade. Ian was another person who emailed me at the beginning of the challenge because he had a homemade treadmill and he wanted to make sure that it was going to be acceptable for the challenge. And he sent me pictures with like a plumb bob measuring the incline, and he had all these measurements all spelled out. So we're like, I don't think that you're going to cheat. It's probably okay. So great job, Ian. And then the last one we have is our level 6. Our female outdoor winner was Janelle Hazlett in 5 days, 2 hours and 3 minutes. And then our male winner was James Blanford in 3 days, 9 hours, 52 minutes. He actually went on to do over 100,000 foot of vert. And I actually did a separate interview with James that we just posted on our Aravaipa YouTube channel today. So I recommend you check that out. He had a great story. He did all of it in Pennsylvania on the AT, and he had some video in there of the trail that he used. So crazy rocky. I would never do 100,000 foot of vert in Pennsylvania on the AT, but people are crazy. Our steepest climb for level 6 was Jonathan Bernard, 29.6 miles at 38% grade. So that was a treadmill climb as well. But can you imagine an entire double Everest at 40% grade? I know. Our male winner for the level 6 indoor category, I'm sure everybody was following along with Sean Nakamura as he posted his double Everest in 24 hours, 49 minutes. And Sean actually went on to be our challenge winner of the most total vert at 150,000 foot of vert. What were your thoughts, Jamil, when you saw Sean do that in just less than an hour over 24?
I mean, I think we were messaging each other like right before the challenge was going to start. And he's like, I'm about to get it going. And I was like, oh man. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he would do something like that, but I was shocked. Yeah. Cause he did a hashtag like Limitless 100K or something. He started doing that like a couple days before, and I was like, messaged him, what are you doing? Like, what are you planning on? And then, yeah, he just went for it. And yeah. How many new levels do we have to create now is the question.
I mean, we have to have 100,000 level next year. maybe more. I mean, 150,000 in a week. I think that, we were talking about this the week before the challenge, how many people we thought were going to hit the double Everest. And we thought that it was going to be, I don't know, 2, 3 people, right?
Well, when we first conceived of the challenge, I was thinking maybe only 3 or so would do it. And did you get the final number?
Yeah, it was, I'll have to look it up. I think it was 58 people that ended up getting the double Everest. I know, as I thought the same, right? That there would be 2, 3, 4 people, but then when the pre-order buckle orders started rolling in, and there was 20 people that pre-ordered a double Everest buckle, that was when I kind of realized.
Well, we underestimated people a bit, and then we ended up. I mean, it truly just goes to show you that this event was really limitless. I mean, people broke through all the limits that we kind of put on the event, which I think is just a perfect example of it worked, and it was I think surpassed our goal. So
absolutely. All right, let's pop right back over here really quickly then for our last winner in the level 6 indoor category. The female winner was Lisa Moore in 1 day, 9 hours and 54 minutes. And she actually went on to do 102,000 foot avert as well. And we also have Lisa here to chat with us a little bit about what that experience was like for her. Let's see. Here we go. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, thanks for the invite, guys. How's it going?
Thank you for joining us.
As an avid trail runner and ultra runner, it feels almost like cheating getting on a treadmill to do something like this, but I've become a little bit of a wimp when it comes to running in the Phoenix heat in the middle of the summer lately. I actually got this treadmill. It's one of those incline trainers, and I got it after watching Jamil's video where he did it that first, I think it was that first 1 mile that you did at 40%, Jamil, and you were dying. You had pillows behind you. I was like, I need that in my life.
That somehow made you want to get it after seeing me dying.
I was like, I have to have that. That's going to make me so strong and awesome. So I went and bought one. And since the beginning of the year, I've been training. We were going to do a Grand Canyon rim to rim in March, the last week of March, and everything shut down. So we had to cancel that. And then I did the Air Viper Strong. And then I was like, I saw the vertical challenge. I was like, I'm going to start training for that. Because, when you have a goal, you're less lazy, I guess. And so I just started working with it. I thought, well, if I do it outside, I'll go run repeats on North Mountain. Because what is that, 800 feet in a mile or something like that? I'll just run up and down North Mountain. But then I was like, but then it takes all this time to drive there and drive back. So I'll just do it inside and be a whip. But
it was 117 degrees last week.
It's not, it's 1,000 degrees. Shoot. I'm like, give me my air conditioned house. Yes, please. So I, in the month or 6 weeks prior to the vertical challenge, I was just, playing with the treadmill on my workouts, trying to figure out what is, the steepest incline where I can do a sustainable pace, where I don't feel like I'm dying. I can't do 40% at 3 miles an hour yet, although I've been still working on it. I'm getting better. I think I can do 5 full minutes without stopping for a break. But I figured out I could do 25% incline at 3 miles an hour pretty sustainably. And then I could do spurts of running at 5 miles per hour for a minute or 2 minutes, and then go back down to 3. So I was like, this is going to be my best chance at success. And so I ended up getting lucky. I thought that the vertical challenge was scheduled for the week prior. And so when I was building up to it, I was making all these plans, I'm going to do this much, this many hours. Cause it's to me, it's not like a vertical or a mileage allotment. It's how many hours of my day can I donate to this? So I was like, I'll donate, 2 hours a day because I have to work. And then I figured out it was Memorial Day week. And so I ended up being off 4 of those 7 days, which, is probably the only reason I did as good as I did. But I did screw off a little bit on some of those days. So I think if you guys do it again next year, you definitely have to have 100,000 plus category, because, I'd probably work on it a little bit harder. But
But
yeah,
you-
those first 2 days, I ended up being off work. So I could just like, donate the time to it. The first day was pretty hard. When you go run a regular ultra, by the time you get done, your stomach hurts. Like you don't want your nightly glass of wine because it hurts your stomach like that. You don't really want to eat, and that's how I felt. I was pretty sick. And then the next day I was like, shoot, man, now I got to go do it again. The Everest, whatever amount. And I didn't want to do it, but I forced myself into it. And then after 2 days, I'm already at 58,000 feet. So I was like, well, I might as well keep going. My initial goal was 75,000, but I was like, if I've already done 58 after 2 days, then we'll just see what I can do. So
what's another 25,000, at that
yeah, I mean, exactly.
Were you keeping tabs on any of the other participants? Like, did that motivate you at all, or was it all just internal motivation?
So it was primarily internal because I thought, there's a chance, because this is the kind of thing that I would do, is hold all your results till the very last day and post them so that no one's, you know what I mean? So that you're not pushing people to pass you. Like that's the competitive part. So I was like, there's always someone who could be holding their results. And I knew that guy, Sean, was, kicking ass because I saw him on Instagram. You guys were reposting his videos and stuff. So I knew he was way ahead of me and I had no chance with him. But, as a female, you don't really have to compete with a male. So I didn't see any females even like trying to pass the double Everest. So it was mostly just internal motivation. If someone had been trying to keep up with me, then that would have probably pushed me to try a little harder.
So next year we just need somebody for you to actually compete with, and then you'll get 150,000.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, it feels a little bit like cheating on a treadmill because the climate and the food conditions and the restroom conditions, everything's like controllable. So if we have a few more people with these incline trainers, then someone's going to give me a run for my money for sure.
We had a question in the chat room. Do you use the handles on your treadmill or no?
So I try not to, but there are times when you have to. I can't when I'm jogging, when I'm trying to do the sports of jogging, because you just have to like put your head down and focus. And plus I'm like 5 feet tall. So the handles are like way up here for me. So it doesn't really help me that much. But yeah, there are times when I feel, especially if I'm like super tired, then yeah, I have to hang on with at least one side so I don't fall off. Or if I'm like grabbing my water or grabbing my phone or something, then yes, I'll have to. But I try not to because I was actually trying to build the leg muscles, which, you can do, I'm sure, if you're holding the handles the whole time, but probably not as efficiently.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. It's like, don't minimize the treadmill too much because it still is real vert. It beats your body up. Like it beats your legs up. It's legitimate. You don't have to run back down, and that's just a big time saver, I think, is like the biggest thing.
But it's mental too. Most of my vert was on the treadmill and it just got so boring. It was such a chore to get back on. Yeah. And
so when you're using a treadmill, there are tricks, especially if you're just hiking and not running. You can read a book, like your Kindle, blow up which is what I did a lot of, because it takes my mind off the pain my cardio. It's just the cardio is so hard. Or, I know someone else who did this and she was watching Netflix on her iPad, so you could just like kind of block things out and try to take your mind off it a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely, not to minimize it. It's the reason I think I feel like it's less difficult is just because of the temperature control more than anything. And also I'm not tripping over rocks like I would be on the trail.
Definitely. I had my treadmill in the garage for the first 2 days of the challenge. And then I was like,
Gotta bring it
in the living room in front of the TV. I got a little desk set up so that I could be working and on the treadmill at the same time. But that was great. But then I found that I just couldn't go fast enough. So it just took me way too long to get any vert. So yeah.
Lisa, we have another question in the chat room. This one from Joel Walters. Have you noticed any changes in your ability to run flat, uphill, or downhill after the challenge, after Limitless Challenge Week? Like, have you seen like a training benefit, or has it, what's been the effect of doing 100,000 feet of vert?
Okay, so definitely even throughout that week, I had been training up to that week, but even throughout that week, the last days of the challenge were so much easier than the first days. And maybe, sure, that could partly be because I wasn't trying to do 30,000 feet a day. But since the end of the challenge, I've been getting on trying to get much better and more efficient at the 40% incline. So I'm trying to be able to do 40% at 3 miles per hour consistently. And yeah, I'm definitely improving, because when I first got it, I mean, I couldn't even, like 1 mile an hour at 40% incline just kills you. It's just so hard. But if I'm being honest, I haven't run outside since the end of the challenge. So I don't know what it is as far as like how it's impacted me as far as my ability to do flat or anything. Just on the actual treadmill doing vertical, yes, definitely has helped.
How much treadmill training do you use, Jamil?
I mean, I haven't been training much lately, so we can get into that later. But yeah, I like to definitely throw it in there here and there. But I mean, if I can get outdoors, I like to get outdoors.
Mm-hmm. It's just such a time save, like you said, especially if you're in the middle of a really big training block and you're trying to get 20,000 foot of vert for the week and you're trying to get 70 or 80 miles. Just at least getting some of that on the treadmill when you're working full time is really beneficial, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're just going for a pure like number for gain, I mean, you can't beat the treadmill.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Lisa, and congratulations on your achievement.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
As going for the double Everest and doing it mostly on the treadmill, I cannot imagine doing basically double what I did. I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, do you want to tell us all a little bit about your experience? I know your goal heading into it was to do double Everest. Did you hit your goal?
I did hit my goal, yeah. I'm pretty sure I was DFL because at 11 p.m. on Sunday night, I was still on the treadmill. I had initially hoped to do more of it outside than I did. I was in Alpine, Arizona on Monday because we had camped out there that weekend. And so I had mapped out all of the steepest trails in the area. And I was going to get 6,000 foot of vert before we even left Alpine. And then I was going to come home and get another 4,000. Well, we went out on these trails in Alpine and they had a fire there about 5 years ago. And so there was no trail. We tried 3 different trails and there was literally nothing. And so then we had a 5-hour drive back home and I spent 2 hours and got 400 foot of vert. So Monday started out really rough. I ended up with like 6,000 on Monday and a couple trips up Shaw Butte and then some time on the treadmill. And then on Tuesday, I did a full day on the treadmill. Got about 10 grand and then also did Piestewa. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I just knew because I was going to be out of town over the weekend that I had to just knuckle down and get 15 grand each day. So I did exclusively treadmill on Wednesday and Thursday and half a day on Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I was out in Portland. So I did hill repeats, which was so devastating because I moved from Portland 2 years ago and the trails out there, I don't know if you've ever been, but they're just so beautiful and it's so green and you can get some really good vert out by Mount Hood. But I just didn't have the time. So I was on a road doing hill repeats at midnight in the rain by myself.
Dedication.
Yeah. So then flew back Sunday night and had just 2 grand left on the treadmill. So just like knocked it out. But yeah, for me, I think the biggest challenge, and we talked about this earlier, was just trying to balance life with that much of a time commitment. So kudos to the people that did it on trail and took twice as long. How about your week, Jamil?
Yeah, I didn't do any. I'm actually, we were talking about this. I had big dreams and I wasn't able to follow through with them this time around. But for other people like myself who missed out on the challenge, this like parlays into like, we want to kind of maintain the challenge. So if people did miss out, you can pick your own week. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think just because of the positive response we got from Limitless, the number of people that reached out during or after the event saying how this really helped them to achieve their goal or how they surpassed what they thought they were going to be able to do. We decided that we should just extend Limitless through the end of the summer. Not everybody was able to do it over that past week, especially with it being Memorial Day weekend. People were out of town or whatnot. And then we had a couple people that had registered and weren't able to do it because of injury or whatever other circumstances came up. So yeah, we're extending it through the end of the summer. And how it works is you'll register through our website, and then you can choose whatever 7-day period you want. You start whenever you want and end after the full 7 days. And then you'll submit your results just like you did before. We're not going to have like the fastest winners or anything. This is strictly just a personal challenge for you to hold yourself accountable and to set a goal and to strive for it.
Awesome.
When are you going to do yours?
I actually have a coach now, so we'll see when we can fit it into the schedule, but maybe I will align it with maybe my time at Silverton, if that happens, crossing my fingers, or maybe Tusher's up in Utah. That'd be a good week for it.
Those would both be a really excellent week. So you're going to go for the double on trail then?
We'll see what I get. I don't know. Yeah, get as much as I can.
More than
Hard Rock is still happening. I could just do Everest that week, but
yeah,
not to be.
Next year.
Yeah,
maybe.
Joel Walters is asking, what's the last week for the extension?
So we're going to have it open through the end of the summer. I think right now we have it through August 31st. We might even go through September if there's the demand for that. Yeah, so if you saw all your friends achieving these different badges through the week and you thought, I think I could do that, you can now. So let's pop back over here. I just have one more screen for our daily challenge winners. And this is going to be our Saturday art walk. So our best Strava art. This was John Lay in Texas with his spell out of Limitless. We actually had very few people go for the Strava art. I think we found with this challenge that everybody was so focused on getting vert that it's really difficult to spell something while you're doing hill repeats or while you're going up Paestoa. So nice job, John. And then the last one was our Sunday Funday. So this is the Dust Post Race Celebration. We did get some really good submissions for this one. But the winner here was Katra Corbet. This was actually a TikTok that she made with music and dancing with her 2 little pups that are so famous. So thank you, Katra, for that. All right. Well, that's all I have in terms of awards.
Awesome. Thank you for all that.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else on the agenda for tonight to wrap things up?
Nope. I just wanted to give a huge thank you to all of the participants. Thank you for your inspiration, for your motivation when I wasn't really feeling it, to get onto Instagram or to get onto our Strava group and see so many people killing it. Really gave me that little push I needed personally to get over the hump. So
yeah, that's awesome. Well, and yeah, congratulations on not only like managing the event, but also participating as well. That's great. And then just to everyone out there, yeah, thank you so much for participating. Really, yeah, blew my limits of what I thought people could do away, which was really cool to see. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. If you have feedback for us on the event, how it went, what you'd like to see. I mean, we definitely already know we need at least a level 7 stratosphere next year, maybe something beyond that. Because yeah, you guys surprised us for sure. I don't know, maybe even this will evolve into some sort of like a in-person event someday when we can all get back together. It'd be super cool.
It'd be fun to do out in Silverton.
Yeah, it'd be super, super rad. But yeah, we definitely, I know people are already asking, you know, are you going to do this again next year? I think definitely we are, you know, even if we can get back to in-person races, I think we just had so much fun with it. So yeah, keep an eye out. Please let us know any feedback, and hope to see you guys out next time.
Thank you.